Luann de Lesseps almost falling off a camel to Dorinda Medley making it nice in the Berkshires. The ladies of the Real Housewives of New York City never disappoint when it comes to vacations. A return to the same house St. Barts, the scene of the infamous pirate sighting, only seems appropriate for the Real Housewives' ultimate girls' trip, RHONY Legacy. And the RHONY trip that paved the way for epic girls' trips? Scary Island. Watch The Real Housewives' Ultimate Girls' Trip Thursday, December 14th on Peacock. Catch up on the Bravo app. We'd never taken the Housewives on the road before, producer Matt Anderson recalled during a panel discussion at BravoCon in 2022, Us magazine reported. I didn't know what it would be like to take care of them 24/7, and it was hard. Here's a refresher on the most memorable RHONY vacations before Luann, Sonja Morgan, Ramona Singer, Dorinda Medley, Kelly Killoren Bensimon and Kristen Taekman return for RHONY Legacy. Related, RHONY alums return for Ultimate Girls Trip, revisit what happened on the last street. Barts Trip St. John, Scary Island, RHONY Season 3 Bethany Frankel, Alex McCord, Ramona Singer, Kelly Bensimon, and Sonja Morgan while on vacation in St. John while filming The Real Housewives of New York Season 3. Photo. Bravo. The Season 3 Girls Trip episodes became known as Scary Island after Kelly declared, "I am here by myself. I am alone on Scary Island." The vacation is possibly the most well-known and remembered trip of RHONY. Kelly was the first housewife to break the fourth wall on the trip, saying producer Matt Anderson's name over and over, and prompting a housewife to shout the memorable words, "Go to sleep. Street." Barts, RHONY Season 5 Sonja Morgan, Ramona Singer, Carol Radziwill, Heather Thompson, Aviva Drescher, and Luann de Lesseps while on vacation in St. Barts during The Real Housewives of New York Season 5. Photo. Bravo. The After Dark happenings in St. Barts will be remembered forever by RHONY fans. The wives met a pirate named Tomas, who looked like Johnny Depp. But it was Luann's encounter with the pirate that raised the most eyebrows. As they say, it's not the crime, but the cover-up, and the Countess made a suspicious phone call in French to her friend the next day suggesting that Tomas had come back to the house with her, but that no one could know he'd visited. She had a boyfriend, Jacques Azoulay, at the time of the rendezvous. It was one of the first hot mic moments in Real Housewives, that happened to be caught by the RHONY sound guy, who spoke French. So we ran a camera up and got it, and it was like Christmas and happy birthday all in one, RHONY executive producer Lisa Shannon said. For everyone but Lou, unfortunately. Will the pirate return to St. Barts in RHONY Legacy? According to Luann, stay tuned. The Berkshires, RHONY Season 8 Dorinda Medley in her Berkshires kitchen during The Real Housewives of New York Season 8. Photo. Bravo. Dorinda uttered one of her most famous lines during Season 8, when the housewives visited her home, Bluestone Manor, in the Berkshires. I decorated, I cooked, I made it nice, she yelled at Luann, Ramona, and Carol Radziwill while in her kitchen. Andy called it her most iconic moment during the July 16, 2020 episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. The thing that makes the speech so iconic, it is a speech that anyone can relate to, he said. This woman broke her back to have her friends come over. She cooked. She cleaned. She made it nice. And these bitches are disrespecting her at every step of the way. So she broke. Many people have breakdowns on Thanksgiving night. It just is emblematic of doing something and not being respected for it. The Hamptons, RHONY Season 12. Leah McSweeney, Dorinda Medley, Tinsley Mortimer, Ramona Singer, and Luann de Lesseps having brunch in the Hamptons during The Real Housewives of New York Season 12. Photo. Bravo. A girls' night at Ramona's home in the Hamptons turned wild during Season 12, when Tinsley Mortimer and Sonia decided to all go skinny dipping in the pool. The chaos ended with tiki torches thrown into the water, and a vibrator in the middle of a plate of chicken piccata. Related. Luann de Lesseps and Sonia Morgan tease RHUGT Season 5, Scary Island Part 2 Mexico, RHONY Season 9. Dorinda Medley and Carol Radziwill in a pool while on vacation in Mexico during The Real Housewives of New York Season 9. Photo. Bravo. Luann was the star of another memorable moment on a girls' trip, this time in Mexico during Season 9. The Countess lost her balance and took a tumble into the bushes outside of the vacation home. Tinsley called it one of her favorite moments on the show. I loved when Luann fell in the bushes, but when Ramona just was like, "You should have gone this way," that, to me, has become my favorite line. I always say that, Tinsley said. Morocco, RHONY Season 4. Luann de Lesseps riding a camel in Morocco during The Real Housewives of New York Season 4. Photo. Bravo. Luann was literally in for the ride of her life when the wives headed into the famous Moroccan souk desert in Season 4. Luann had to hold on tight when her camel went wild and tried to buck her off. She still hadn't forgotten her brush with death by Season 12, remarking, "Oh my God, these are very large camels, I'm having flashbacks," as the housewives rode camels again in Mexico. But she managed to swallow her fear and get back on that camel. Montana, RHONY Season 6. Sonia Morgan and Luann de Lesseps riding horses while on vacation in Montana while on The Real Housewives of New York Season 6. Photo. Bravo. The Big Apple ladies traveled to the Wild West during Season 6, but their adventure in Montana was famously called boring. There were more bears in the Missoula airport than there were people, Carol declared, while Sonia was upset by the lack of dating opportunities. "I had a squirrel trying to get in my room last night," she said on the trip. "I almost made out with him." Luann wasn't thrilled with the activities planned either. "I'm thinking hanging off the side of a cliff is much better than being around Sonia with guns," she joked. Kristen remained happy with the trip she planned, despite the other ladies' comments. "This trip has been filled with once-in-a-lifetime moments," she declared. "Seeing the Countess in a porta-potty? Priceless." Watch the first 3 episodes of RHONY Legacy on Thursday, December 14 on Peacock, with new episodes available on Thursdays after the premiere.